Welcome to the USL Jägermeister Cup Group Stage Match 1. Orange County and Las Vegas from Irvine, California, and Championship Soccer Stadium. Good evening, everyone, with Jeff Attanell and Mike Watts, and take a look at the Jägermeister Cup format. Last year was just League One. Now all 38 professional men's teams in the USL ecosystem taking part. 4 matches per team in the group stage. Do not affect regular season standings. What we know, a lot of goals and certainly no draws. What it looks like in Group 1, AV Alta, new club here in Southern California, along with Monterey Bay, Oakland Roots, Sacramento, Spokane Velocity. Then there's Las Vegas and Orange County. So as we look forward to tonight, Jeff, this Orange County team under Danny Stone finished last year on a great run of form. They're trying to recapture that.
I think the main thing for Orange County is trying to find some consistency this season. They've been dealing with some injuries to some key veteran players. Getting them back will be an important part of that. But using this Jägermeister Cup to get that playing time for those young players, get that little bit of experience so that they can develop as the season goes on as well, will be an important part of what we're going to see tonight.
Yep, they'll be mixing some things up tonight. Take a look at our player to watch, brought to you by Liuna. This is a known commodity.
He is a player who has worked his way back from injury, and Coach Danny Stone feels as if he is in that preseason form before he picked up that little bit of an injury bug. Coming off the bench, he's been a spark plug, very good in 1v1 opportunities. He will get the start tonight, trying to make that impact from the first whistle.
Conversely, Las Vegas Lights, last year, biggest story in the championship. This year, they're already off to their best start anyways.
They're off to a hot start, and they're very opportunistic in their attack, and they have been playing very solid defensively. It's a very difficult team to break down. It will make it difficult for Orange County tonight as they are trying to break through that press, and they have to be aware of Las Vegas on those counterattacking opportunities because that's really where they make their living.
And they've got some extraordinary players to keep an eye on tonight, as these teams have already met once this year, but Joe Zhao's been around the U.S. senior national team before. He's back in the lineup this evening.
For me, he's a player when you're talking about transitional moments that you have to be aware of. He has speed, he has pace, he's dynamic 1v1, and he's a player that really has a lot of USL experience and knows what it takes to get the job done, especially in these tournament settings.
That's right, tournament setting. This isn't some random regular season game at the end of April. This is the Jägermeister Cup. It is Las Vegas and Orange County matching up in the first game of the group stage. Meet the lineups and we kick off next in Irvine.
At the Pickup Family Neurosciences Institute, we function as a unit. Neurosurgery and neurology, physical medicine and rehab, physical therapy. It's patient-focused, patient-centered care. The future of the neurosciences at Hoag is filled with promise. We are at the cusp of incredible advancements and innovations that are truly going to transform medical care and its delivery. Patients don't just get a doctor when they come to Hoag, they get Team Hoag.
I'm Jay, and as founder of Omega, I understand that as a business owner, you've got a lot in your mind. Let the tax credit ninjas at Omega get you the money. It's rightfully yours. It's not too late to score big on tax credits, but you gotta act fast.
Kids grow up fast. You know when I first started noticing it? When I stopped getting hugs. With Command IQ, I found a way to get the hugs back. Watch.
Dad, the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, let me see if I can fix it.
It's back. Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
With Command IQ, you can bring the hugs back.
RAV4 hybrid shoppers, listen up. You're paying more and getting less. The all-new Mazda CX-50 hybrid packs the same Toyota trusted hybrid powertrain, but delivers premium performance and more luxury. Why pay RAV4 prices when you get more with the CX-50 hybrid? And while Toyota dealers struggle with inventory, we have CX-50 hybrids in stock now at Tustin Mazda. Better tech, better value. Skip the wait. Buy a Mazda CX-50 hybrid now at Tustin Mazda. Think hybrid, think Mazda.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Orange County lining up responsibly. Here's your Zulfagari Law starting 11.
5 changes to the lineup that dropped the game versus Oakland in a game that Coach Danny Stone thought was given away. And one of the key players that I want to keep an eye on tonight is number 3, Santos. He was just signed to the team 2 days ago. He slots into that right back spot. And keep your eye on number 21, War, the target forward. He's a natural-born winger, but he's slotted into that spot because of injuries. He will have to be somebody that's going to be a menace for Oakland to deal with this evening.
Santos was playing just 4 days ago in Colorado Springs. Here's a look at the Las Vegas starting 11. They've made a number of changes as well.
Yeah, 3 changes to the lineup. They lost to 4-1 to FC Tulsa. Rodriguez comes back in up top. He'll be paired with Pinzona and Joe Jao up top. Look for them to be those 3 that are causing a little bit of problems on those counter-attacking opportunities. Leal comes into that midfield spot as well. He gets to start tonight. And just keep an eye on the goalkeeper, Rosarina. He is somebody that likes to start the counterattack when he's able to make those saves, and he comes off his line very strong because he's going to have to deal with a lot of crosses tonight.
Take a look at the new head coach in Las Vegas. Antonio Nocerino was Miami's coach last year through a frustrating year, which can only be described as a year in which he individually was set up for failure. A roster that simply wasn't capable. Now he's got a much better group to coach and hopes he can lead Las Vegas back to Western Conference final level glory. All the while, Danny Stone took over Orange County just about a month after he was named an assistant. Took over from Paul Hardiman and led Orange County to one of the best records in the second half of 2024. Heartbreak in the playoffs. He hopes this year, once they get healthy, they can cause real damage once again. These sides did meet earlier this month. Knight Pickering at 90+3, the winner at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. But that was the regular season. This is the Jägermeister Cup. Gerald Flores is our referee tonight. And here we go. It is Las Vegas in the black, Orange County in the blue. And the Jägermeister Cup in Group 1 is underway. Sneaks over Dunbar. And a throw for Budati. Puts it into Leal. Howell. Touched out by Benalcazar. And Orange County power upfield. Dunbar dispossessed.
I think early in this one, it's going to be important to see how Las Vegas starts this game. They're a team that typically likes to sit back a little bit. They're not going to press too high to start the game and kind of let Orange County build into it as best as they can. We'll see if they change things up with the Jägermeister Cup coming off of the result that they had last week, if they're a little bit more aggressive to start this game. And on the flip side, how is Orange County going to deal with the different looks that Las Vegas likes to see? They're a team that constantly changes formation, even throughout the course of the game. So in-game adjustments for this Orange County team, especially with this young group, is going to be important.
These are your Patterson Auto keys to the game. Valentin Noel. O'Driscoll. And as the ball came back to Howell, a free kick, we can only assume. Ball chipped across and met by the goalkeeper.
You'd like to see him do a little bit better with that ball there. It's a good positive first touch. They had the numbers in the box, but unfortunately he just plays it too close to the goalkeeper to make anything dangerous out of the situation.
Shuttler with quick distribution the other way here for Orange County. Unfortunately tonight we will not see Grayson Duty in the lineup. That was the major news around OC this week as this ball bounces back to Raiko Rosarena. Zulfagari Law injury report truthfully only has the one name bolded this evening. Duty spending last year in Las Vegas, an ACL tear. We'll see him out for the remainder of the season, which really necessitated the add of Koa Santos. So they were able to swing him in from Colorado Springs a day after a mutual agreement to part ways on Thursday after they had played on Wednesday night in San Antonio, and essentially went straight to Orange County and turned over a new leaf.
Straight to Orange County and straight into the starting lineup.
Yeah.
That'll be a key part of tonight's game as well. What does Las Vegas do? There's a newcomer into the system. It takes time to adjust. It takes time to get used to your teammates. We'll see how quickly Santos is able to slot into this role.
Truthfully, barely played for Switchbacks at the early stages of the season, so he's surely going to see more minutes than he has the entire year just by getting through the first half. Howell.
That's another thing that this cup is great for as well. It's a mid-season tournament. Allow young players the opportunity to get those minutes and see if they can make the most of it to get themselves more playing time in league play.
Ball chipped across, diving header to send it away. Back atop the 6. Appeals, but nothing heard as it bounces to Schottler. And launching downfield to Dunbar. You know, it's interesting. We spoke a little bit with Danny Stone about this, and I've been talking to different coaches around the league about how you handle this. It's not an in-season tournament in the sense that you're playing midweek games to try and rotate your squad and deal with the number of fixtures in a short amount of time per se, because they replaced regular season games with this event. 4 regular season games less this year, and then the 4 group stage games. As here comes Las Vegas powering into the final third. Ball tapped away by Partita and a free kick to Orange County, and a little flustered the tail end of this as Zhao is surrounded by blue shirts. But it is an interesting dichotomy for coaches to try and pilot through, especially when there's a number of teams with a lot of injuries at this point.
Well, exactly to your point. With the Open Cup, it's always that question of sandwiched in the middle of your season, trying to figure out exactly what you want to do with your lineups, how do you want to adjust, especially when you're talking about rotations. Because again, when you're logging a bunch of minutes throughout the year, you don't want to pick up injuries, because ultimately the regular season is the end goal for a lot of teams. But the way that this tournament is set up, I think it allows a little bit of both. I think it allows you to have a little bit more balance, where you're going to have that good mix of veteran players that are going to be on the field, because ultimately you do want to win the cup. It's a trophy. That's what players play the game for. But then at the same time, you have that opportunity to introduce younger players into the mix and give them that opportunity and that feeling of playing for something, playing for a tournament. And then it's a good opportunity for the coaches as well to evaluate these young players, how they do in a high-tension situation, and build that trust in that young group that you give the opportunity to see if you can start using them in league play and see if they can start separating themselves as somebody that deserves that playing time.
For Orange County, that means Barjolo and Gumar Eyes see plenty of time, you'd imagine, this tournament. Rom Kernick and Garcia, all Academy players, are available off the bench as well. See if they'll feature in. Ball outside from Leal. And tracking back Latinovic. And had already eclipsed the end line. Select, proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice.
So that's a great 2 balls from Orange County. Just like that, they break Las Vegas press. For me, that's a big part of what we're going to see tonight. Las Vegas is a team that likes to sit back, so if they're going to press a little bit higher, it just took 1-2 passes for Orange County to break those 2 initial lines, and if that 3rd pass was a little bit crisper, they would have been on goal with 3 or 4 defenders with the attacking numbers. So look for Orange County to spread their center backs like they're doing, fill these gaps, try to find these gaps in this Las Vegas press if they decide to step out, because Las Vegas is a team that's a little bit more comfortable playing behind the ball. So if they're going to stretch out like this is an opportunity for Orange County to play into their system and take advantage of it.
But now Kazar. as far as you can spread two center backs and still have them on the field together. Here's Brewitt.
And you don't do that unless you trust your goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That's an important part of it. Schuyler's a very good goalkeeper in terms of playing with his feet and filling that gap. This is a little bit more than what I've been used to seeing with Las Vegas this year. Numbers behind the ball, tough to break down. It's where Orange County just needs to be patient, try to find these different gaps, hold the ball up, get the ball moving from side to side.
War got knocked down, but Dunbar is there to take over. Bounced off of Leal. And Las Vegas powering upfield. Joe Zhao full speed ahead. The slide from Benalcazar. Johnny Rodriguez went to ground. Out to the halfway line. And there goes Barjolo. War in the middle. Barjolo couldn't swing his foot around it and give War a chance. Instead, they'll give a goal kick a chance.
Everything was there except the final product on this one. It's two passes. I just talked about it. Las Vegas is stretched out to get them in that transitional moment. Barjolo does a great job. It's a good run. It's a good positive first touch. And to your point, he's just not able to get his foot around it and put the ball into a dangerous area. But that's the danger spot for Las Vegas. Once you get stretched out like that, they're comfortable block defending. Once you get stretched out like that, they're very easy to break down 1-2 passes. You need to be aware of these transitional moments from the Las Vegas side.
Here's Raiko Rosarena. Might be a familiar figure to Orange County fans. He started in goal for an injured Evan Laurel in the 2021 championship final for the Rowdies. Ultimately on the wrong end, as OC fans would gleefully acknowledge.
It's a tough situation for any player, especially a goalkeeper, to come into. Not getting those minutes, not getting that consistent play. Next thing you know, you're in the cup final.
Well, and bless poor Evan Laurel, right? He's celebrating after the Eastern Conference final, and he does the Ronaldo trick, and then he injures his knee. And instead of that amazing sort of crystallizing moment, it's a year of rehab, although Laurel's bounced into MLS in the time since.
That's why I never celebrated much as a goalkeeper.
Yeah. Noel hung across, looked dangerous enough. Johnny Rodriguez was going for it. You were about to catch a totally unnecessary stray, Jeff. You really were. And a false one, to be fair. This comes all the way back from Nigro.
It's a long night. You can bring it on, Mike. It's a long night. It's a long night. We got a lot of game ahead of us.
You had a lot to celebrate, did you?
I just kept my feet on the ground most of the time.
Yeah. That's usually a pretty good sign for a keeper, to be fair. Here's Pinzon.
Yeah, goalkeepers, they're built tough, so, you know, you can bring it on if you need to, Mike.
No doubt.
I'm here for it.
It's the most thankless position in the sport.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ball turned over to Santos. Haggard. Haggard check back. Navigating over the top. You know, I was thinking about this with Koa Santos just based on where he is. He gets to play this entire first half right in front of his own bench. Second half, he'll be cat a corner playing at that right back position. But in your first minutes for a club, not to say that they want to joystick him necessarily in the way that he maneuvers, but he is going to get a lot of coaching in playing within the system right off the bat.
I was going to say, before you made that point, so watch the cross coming in here.
Served across off the head of Brewitt. And further by Barjolo.
I was going to say before you made that point that it's a perfect opportunity for the coach to joystick them.
Yeah.
He needs to know where they need to be within the formation. Everybody plays that outside back position a little bit differently.
Dunbar sending it in front for War. Into the waiting mitts of Arozarena. Launches halfway, and here's Johnny Rodriguez.
And we talked about it in the open. Dunbar's ability to create opportunities in 1v1 situations, plays a great ball in here, but good job by Rosarina starting this counterattack.
Ball whipped across. Rodriguez was on the other end.
Some good back and forth action here. This is what Dunbar brings to the group. Good 1v1, gets it on his left foot. It's a great ball into War. War just a little bit behind that one, but a good job there by Rosarina, cutting out this cross low on the ground. Not easy as a goalkeeper, but that's what you need Dunbar in there for. He's in for the full 90 now. Well, not the full 90, but he's in there from the start. And that's what those are the different things that you want to see from him. Take the players on 1v1, create opportunities for your teammates, be a little bit more dynamic in that attack. And on a different night, if War makes that run just a little bit earlier, maybe Dunbar puts his foot around it just a little bit more, it's an easy tap in for the target forward into the back of the net.
Service across. Dealt with initially, bounces down to O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll! Oh, O'Driscoll rules! What a tremendous Vegas goal! And the lights are flying in the Jägermeister Cup.
I mean, you cannot hit this ball any better. Look at the Las Vegas players are over there calling for a sub. I think it's for O'Driscoll after the goal here. But as we get another look at it here, Orange County does a great job of clearing out this ball initially. O'Driscoll takes it off the volley, off of his chest, sits up perfectly. I mean, you cannot hit a ball better than this. Orange County does what they need to do to clear that initial ball. They can't deal with the second one, and then he absolutely steps into this half volley. I mean, those are the types of strikes that you dream of. Far post, top bin. No goalkeeper is saving that, and unfortunately it looks like something may have happened throughout the course of this sequence, but O'Driscoll with an absolute brilliant goal to get Las Vegas up 1-0.
Well, and we talk about not celebrating with the leap. He didn't. He came out of that, the salute, and then he went down, and you look at how he's describing that to Zhou Zhao right now, and you've got some really genuine concern here. That is O'Driscoll's first goal for Las Vegas Lights.
It's just so unfortunate. Such a moment of brilliance, something that should be celebrated. But unfortunately, it seems like something may have happened there after he was able to hit that strike.
So let's take another look at what's a pretty majestic goal from Rory O'Driscoll, who trialed in preseason with the team.
It's a good initial ball in. Orange County does a great job of clearing that initial line, but there again is that second ball. Las Vegas able to win that second ball, and O'Driscoll just sets it up for himself perfectly. It's that first touch that really does it. Puts it in a perfect position. He has just enough space to hit that half volley exactly where he wanted it to go, knuckling into the far post. Absolutely nothing the goalkeeper Shuttler could do about it. And now you just hope that O'Driscoll's all right, dealing with a little bit of a knee injury. As you can see him similar to the trainer.
Yeah, it was instant too, so he goes over, and it looks like there's maybe a little hobble there at the very end, and as soon as his teammates surrounded him, one of them turned and made that motion to the sideline, and his night is done, and you hope it's just tonight. But moments like that, you've got a lot of fear about what comes next. O'Driscoll in the 14th, replaced by Christopher Pearson just 3 minutes later. Subs are brought to you by MetaQuips. MetaQuip turning setbacks into comebacks. We hope a comeback real soon. Well, if you're Las Vegas, you've got everything going right in that moment, and that takes all the wind out of your sails. But you got the goal, of course.
Yeah, they have the 1-0 lead, but you just feel so bad for the player. You know, the players on the field, they're professionals. They've seen injuries like that before, but to have that moment of brilliance followed by needing to get subbed out like that, it's something that you never want to see.
So Pearson, who's featured 3 times, including twice from the start, 22-year-old Montego Bay, Jamaica native, replacing O'Driscoll. Slapped along toward Hagart, but intercepted by Howell. Couldn't have waited any later. last meeting back on April the 5th. This time, Las Vegas got after it a little bit sooner. They won it 90+3 from Knight Pickering in Vegas. And they go ahead inside a quarter hour tonight.
And it really was that second ball that did it. Orange County, it was a good cross in, but Orange County had the numbers on the near post. But you always got to be worried about that second ball. Las Vegas does a good job of winning that second one, putting it back into the danger area. And as we saw, Driscoll just took care of the rest.
There's Pinzon. Gartig rolling upfield. Zhao's in his bag. Play on. Dunbar dispossessed by Leal.
Vegas doing a good job here, taking the momentum from Orange County. Of course, they had that goal, but I thought Orange County was having a little bit of a better run of the play. They had the ball, they were moving, they were finding the gaps. Now you're seeing Vegas feeling comfortable on the ball, making Orange County do the chasing, doing a good job responding to that injury.
It's kind of ironic for Las Vegas, right? Because you start at 0-0 and it's a very deep lying effort. It's possible during that injury, that was part of the discussion. You wonder if that was the game plan coming in or the way the game started that forced that, but they do look a lot different now.
Well, it's been funny with this Las Vegas team. They change the way that they are playing throughout the game constantly. It may be a 15-minute mark where they decide, now we're going to step up, we're going to do the press a little bit differently. They always want to keep their opponents guessing so that they never feel comfortable in what they're trying to do to break them down. So I wouldn't be surprised if they went into this game knowing that strategically they're going to change things up throughout the course of this game, whether it's the press, whether they want to sit back, just to keep Orange County constantly on their toes and forcing them into making those in-game adjustments.
Rosarena snaps it up. A reminder that the only way to ensure that you're here for all the action in 2025 is by joining the season ticket holder family. Earn exclusive gifts, benefits, and access to the best seats in the house. Get yours today, orangecountysoccer.com/season-tickets. Zhao came ready to play today, no doubt about that. Ball angling across. Latinovic over the line. And the Vegas pressure continues. Free kick.
That's what I really like about Zhao in this lineup. He provides that speed option out wide. Gives them the opportunity to play those long balls, but also gives them the opportunity to attack on those counter-attacking opportunities. You need speed when you're talking about the way that Las Vegas likes to play, and Zhao is a player not afraid to take players on 1v1, use his speed to his advantage, but he's also so creative. You saw that little heel flick there with the overlapping run.
Yeah, I get he's 32, but the guy did feature in the Bundesliga for Dortmund in his career. That doesn't go away. Corner for the light, swinging in. Shuttler had to be very aware. And Dunbar further away from Nigro.
Yeah, again, that's another dangerous corner kick. Those in-swinging balls are tough for the goalkeeper to deal with. On that first one, it was to the near post through all that traffic, forcing the goalkeeper into a strong punch.
Zhao. His dad Philip, American international, grandfather, Ghanaian international. 3 caps for the U.S. Actually separated by 5 years. Got into the team in 2014, last in the team in 2019. Ball denied from Leal. So War chipping out beyond Dunbar. War closing down Gartig. That's a clever ball into pin zone. Nigro says he's open.
Everybody's open across the side of the field and you're able to hit that long ball. If you can hit that ball, then If you can hit that ball confidently and connect, then that's a ball that's going to be on all day long.
Alas. Down the line for Zhao. And zone joined. Drops in for Valentin Noel. Ooh, Rodriguez. Somehow there's nothing there. An extra forearm at the end. A little surprised. Nevertheless, here's Barjolo. Barjolo continues. He got knocked down from behind. That is a foul on Howell. And a yellow card.
The second one in this sequence, absolutely a foul. Barjolo doing a great job coming from that outside area, driving the ball across the middle of the field, just gets tripped up there. Deserved yellow on that one. Surprised we didn't see the foul call earlier. I think the referee thought Rodriguez might have sold it just a little bit too much as he went flying backwards, but good job here of responding from Orange County, getting them in a counter-attacking opportunity. Las Vegas had the better of play ever since that goal, but again, Orange County doing a good job gathering themselves and getting themselves a free kick in this dangerous spot.
And now the fun begins. Brewitt has an absolute cannon. Gumarais is over it.
This is a dream spot here for a free kick taker. Goalkeeper's gonna have to set up to the far post. Plenty of room to get the ball over the wall if he needs to.
You like where the wall is?
Tough to tell. It looks a little bit, from this angle, it looks a little bit close to the near post, but Rosarina's in the center of the goal, so he made it set up that way on purpose.
Last at frame, and good coverage on Benalcazar, who has scored direct from a free kick this year. Rosarina apparently had it right. USL on CBS Sports Network kicks off May, a matchup of NorCal rivals. Oakland Roots take on Sacramento Republic. It's May 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Presented by Best Western. I know what it is.
What is it?
Well, it's the USL on CBS Sports, presented by Best Western.
There you go.
Yeah. This is the Jägermeister Cup, not a regular season game. It's the first of 4 group stage games for each team. Tournament that's going to be played throughout the year and on weekends, as opposed to the traditional cup format you might be used to in the U.S. It's a free kick here to Orange County. Las Vegas grabbing the lead from Rory O'Driscoll, who unfortunately went off injured right after his 14th minute stunner. Here's Benalcazar.
These are the moments where Orange County has to be patient. A couple times they've played long balls that have gone right into Las Vegas's back line. That's exactly what they want you to do. Stay patient, keep this ball moving, try to find these gaps.
Santos, ball out. Orange County SC's next home game comes here at the Champ. It's on Saturday, May 3rd, Star Wars night. May the 3rd be with you. Take on FC Tulsa, an epic battle. Lock in your tickets today, orangecountysoccer.com/tickets, so you don't miss out on an exciting night. My guy.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Barjolo angles this back, settled, deflected, soars into the air, away from War. Tap through off the right side, nobody home, as Barjolo had already vacated to come inside.
I like what I'm seeing from Barjolo in this game. Not afraid to take the ball inside, not afraid to take the ball outside. That was a good cross across the box there. Found the trailing player on the far post. I thought we were about to have another O'Driscoll moment as that ball was sitting up, but good recovery defense there from Las Vegas, able to get a block and clear that ball out of danger.
It's kind of funny, you know, teams with different mascots. Gnarly came into the mix at Orange County and, you know, beloved figure. Las Vegas just went right to the live llamas when they came into the league. It's 2 very different approaches.
Who's to say which one's right?
It's the Llamas. Leal. I do wonder if Gnarly is ever going to find love. You know, Mr. Met found Mrs. Met at some point.
I think that's definitely the evolution of the mascot.
I would hope so.
You don't want a lonely mascot running around Orange County.
Never seems all that lonely whenever we see him. Everyone's always magnetized toward him, but you know, he'd probably like to have a family too. I don't know the relationship that the Llamas had, to be honest. That's all right. We'll figure it out. Story for another day. This is a Tom Bogert expose waiting to happen. Gartig. Santos playing forward. Pardon, that was Brewitt in the back. Whistle's gone here over the frustration of Las Vegas. It is a Nigro foul. Antonio Nocerino can't quite believe it either. War won it. And a free kick for Orange County.
Las Vegas' argument on this one here is it was well after the play. There was contact that was had. But even after the play, the referee making the call here. And here's Orange County's opportunity. A set piece at a dangerous spot. Ball's out wide. Plenty of space is going to be between the back line and the goalkeeper. Rosarina is a goalkeeper that likes to come off of his line, so you got to kind of keep this ball away from him as best you can. Give your forwards the space to run onto it.
Rodriguez is angling over. The ball in from Hagart. It's dealt with simply enough. Leal pressuring, so it's sent long into the box, and there's a Rosarina rising up above the pack.
Yeah, Rosarina, he complements this Las Vegas style of play so well. He has to deal with so many crosses, but coming off of his line is where he's extremely comfortable. Loves to gather crosses, and as a goalkeeper, if you could do that, your center backs are going to love you. Less headers that they have to deal with. He does a great job of that consistently.
Chow pumps the brakes. Talk about young players. Also worth noting that Brian Ombie for Louisville City made his first appearance tonight since 2023. Lou City's captain is back. Used the Jägermeister Cup occasion, get his first minutes in over a year. This last from long range, Shuttler's not going to be fooled. Or he won't be fooled again, I suppose.
Yeah, a bit ambitious, but able to get the ball on target. Anytime you're able to do that, you never know what could happen. Maybe a deflection on the way in, challenge the goalkeeper a little bit more. That was from quite some distance, though. This is where Las Vegas with a 1-0 lead. This is where they're dangerous. They get into this block. Make it extremely tough for any team to break them down.
Santos. Partita. Diagonal brought in by Barjolo. Benalcazar. Patient approach here, Gumar Eyes. Soaring all the way over the end line and out. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on TUDN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Rhode Island FC debuting their brand new stadium. They'll host San Antonio FC May 3rd at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Tidewater Landing was the initial name of the project. They've got a name now for the venue itself. Pretty spectacular facility they've built there in Rhode Island. Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
I'll be in Rhode Island this summer. You can go check it out.
Love that. We'll see you there.
Let's do it.
We've got El Clamico on CBS in the middle of the summer in July. Hartford, Rhode Island. Ball across. Header snapped in. Domineering effort from Christian Pinzon. And Las Vegas, a tremendous start to the Jägermeister Cup. They lead by 2 in Orange County.
And this is a towering header from Pinzon. As we get another look at it here, it's Noel who finds himself out wide, drifts that ball in, finds Pinzon who makes that late run, finds himself in front of the Orange County defender. The Orange County defender, you have to get a body on Pinzon if he's making that run in like that. Don't make it so easy for him to tower over you. And Pinzon makes no doubt about it. He heads that with force to the far post. Give Noel credit for getting that ball into a dangerous area, but Pinzon finding that space to run onto, absolutely towers over the Orange County back line, puts it in the back of the net, and Las Vegas is feeling themselves here in Orange County.
Wow. You can hear a lot of cheers. I would think there's a lot of people from Bellflower, California in attendance tonight. That's Pinzon's hometown. Well, time for Orange County to figure some things out. They can get late early in cup competitions, especially when you're not going to hold your destiny in your hands. You don't play everybody in your group. Ball in here for Haggard. Curls across, that's behind the advancing War. And the Rosarena's got it.
This is where Orange County is going to have to get creative in what they're trying to do in their attack. We've seen it a few times where they play those long balls over the top. That plays exactly into the way Las Vegas wants the other team to play. They're baiting you into playing that ball. But now with a 2-0 lead, those opportunities aren't going to be there. So you need to try to be as patient as possible. But at the same time, this is a tournament game. You need to try to get a result. So eventually, Orange County is going to have to open themselves up a little bit more. Maybe they try to get direct knockdown second balls and win that. But it would be difficult because they don't have that true natural number 9 up there. So they're going to have to get a little bit creative, maybe trying to use those wingers, trying to overload the width a little bit. But it's a difficult situation for Orange County to be in against a team like Las Vegas.
Well, make no mistake, even if you just get this level, there are no draws. Both teams would take a point, but then you go to penalties if we finish even at full time. And I think we're both pretty aware how significant that extra point could end up being at the end of a group stage with these 4 games. 1 or 2 points here or there is going to be the difference at the end. Back here to Nigro, offering the cross, driven away, comes to Pearson. Fleet of foot, but ball stripped and cleared shy of the halfway line. Denying the counter. Santos, now Barzolo.
On the flip side of that as well, to your point, we'll be interested to see how Las Vegas approaches this game, because goals scored is one of the biggest tiebreakers that you can have in this tournament as well. So if they have the opportunity, keep their foot on the gas, get some more goals, that'll only speak more volumes to the further they go on in this tournament, because they might need them at the end of the day.
The tie-breaking scenario for the wild card. The first tiebreaker is goals in group play. It's not goal difference It's not head-to-head if you've met. It's not total wins. It's straight up who created more excitement in the group stage. And I love that addition to this. I understand why you wouldn't want to decide a home or road playoff game necessarily after a 30-game season on who scored more. I do love the concept of it in an event like this.
Absolutely. Just promoting, trying to have exciting play, go for goals, try to get your goals, try to score those goals. And in a situation like this, if you're Vegas, don't take your foot off the gas. Try to get as many goals as you can, especially when you have an opponent that, you know, they're a little bit younger. They might have a more opportunity to get some more goals in this game. Keep that foot on the gas. Play the tournament the way that it's designed. Keep it exciting for everybody.
Now Alcazar run in with Rodriguez. The group winners, all 6, go through to the quarterfinals, and then those 2 wild cards. And so 38 teams begin, only 8 get through. And only 2 of the 32 teams that fail to win their group will get into the quarterfinal round. So as you can imagine, when there's only 12 points up for grabs per team, tiebreakers very likely to come into play. Quarterfinals August 20th, semifinals September 10th, the final October the 4th. So we're going to be doing this all season long intermittently. Pinzon sprinting toward the touchline. Antonio Nocerino certainly into it. His Miami team only scored 3 wins all season last year. If they win today, they'll have 3 wins out of 8 games to start this year in all competitions. Fell out in the Open Cup to Chattanooga Red Wolves in penalties. 2 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws in the league. As a runner-up at the 2012 Euros, played at the 2008 Olympics, the Italian national team. Retired to jump into the academy at Orlando City after his career concluded. When you were at RSL, was that still Jason Kreis?
It was for my first year.
Yeah.
So he went to New York City after the first year. I came into a great system there. They had everything built, good players. It was a fun first year in the MLS for sure.
Ball in from Barjolo, across from Hagart, and unloading toward goal. That will bounce wide. And Alcazar off the backside cross, misfires, seeking goal.
And it's good build-up play here. They're able to find that space right in front of those center backs. Good layoff, good positive first touch. Just again, just not able to wrap his foot all the way around the ball to find that far post, but it's a good job finding those gaps from Orange County. Anytime you can find a striker with his ability on top of the box like that, you want to be able to wrap your foot around it just a little bit more. But unfortunately for Orange County, not able to threaten the goalkeeper on that one.
But it's funny, it's not to take even an inch off Jason Kreis as a coach, but certainly had a good playing career in MLS as well. You look at Danny Stone. If you follow Welcome to Wrexham, you'd know Notts County really well, played there, Southport. And then you've got Nocerino, who played at Juve and Milan and Genoa and Palermo. Some huge clubs and in some major tournaments with Italy. Just sort of thinking, as Benalcazar commits the foul here. Sometimes playing for a figure that big can be a pretty imposing shadow. It's a free kick here for Vegas.
Yeah, there's definitely 2 ways to go about looking at that. First, you have the opportunity to have access to a player, to a coach who's seen it all from a player perspective, so he understands what it's like to be a player. But on the flip side, in all of our conversations, he's a coach that really wants his players to play free, but also, you know, he not demands perfection, but at the same time, he wants to eliminate mistakes, and he wants those players to play at a really high ability. So there is that little bit of added pressure for this Las Vegas group. But if you're able to accept that pressure that comes with it and respond well to it and receive that type of coaching, it's going to benefit you a ton as a player.
Yeah, he may not ask perfection, but I'm pretty sure he's seen it from time to time.
And done it himself from time to time as well.
That's it. Hagart just found out that his jersey's just elastic enough to withstand that foul without ripping.
This is something that Las Vegas does too. They're really smart with their fouls. They do a good job of slowing down counterattacking opportunity, not afraid to take those tactical fouls at any given moment.
And you didn't even get a card for it. Totally worth it. That's going to be a foul in a much more dangerous spot. And not going to get away from this. Zhou Zhao shown yellow as he denied the service with the infringement.
Yeah, it's a good battle down here on that wide side. Dunbar drawing that foul with that push in the back from Zhao. Makes it very obvious for the referee. Referee shows him yellow. It's a good opportunity for Orange County to get back into this game. Dangerous set piece opportunity. Try to see if they can steal one back, get that momentum back a little bit more on their side.
Hagart, the long straw. There's Gnarly, lonely, walking in behind. Orange County give him a Tinder profile, probably. Here's Hagart. Hagart sends a decent ball back. Rosarena off the line a second time. Back into the air, rising up for the header. It's going to get out of play, steered narrowly wide. Brewitt went up for it, and there was support behind him, and he not made contact. But look at Benalcazar all alone.
It's that late runner, and this is something that just straight off the training pitch, they set this up. All that traffic goes to the near post. They're able to find that runner on the far post, draws it back across. It's that first initial save from Rosarena. I thought it was cleared out from a defender on the first look, but Rosarena does a great job getting down with that right hand, making that initial save as the ball is sitting there. He sprawls to it again. Huge save from the goalkeeper because that ball had eyes for the back of the net. All the credit goes to Rosarena on that one, tracking that ball to the far post, wide open runner far post, straight off the training ground, but the goalkeeper was up to the task. Big time save there from Rosarena.
Orange County was quite nearly back into it. Oh, missed clearance. War driving. War goes down. Penalty. And now Orange County's going to go to the spot. With a chance to grab one back in first half stoppage time. There is no VAR in USL, so what the referee saw will stand.
It's this initial long ball as the ball's coming back. It's this missed clearance that just throws him off, and then from there it's just panic defending. It's that tackle from behind that brings him down, that gives the referee the opportunity to point to the penalty spot. And it's just this moment of chaos. Credit to War for making the most of that opportunity, jumping on that missed clearance, putting himself in a position to draw that foul. And as a defender, you never want to leave something like that up to the referee. Las Vegas isn't happy with it, but it was a challenge from behind that took the forward down. And now Dunbar has an opportunity to get his team back in this game late in the first half.
Wow. So it's all changed in short order here. Or has it? We're about to find out. Cameron Dunbar, just 22 years old, has taken 4 penalties, converted them all, but none since August of 2023. Dunbar against Rosarena. Is it a lifeline? It is! Cameron Dunbar steals one back before halftime for Orange County.
And you have to feel good for a player like Dunbar working his way back from injury. As we get another look at it here, it's Howell with the missed clearance, and then it was this effort here recovering from defending. It looks like he may have gotten the ball, but like I said, anytime you're challenging from behind, you leave it up to the referee, and Dunbar doing a great job of sending a Rosarena the wrong way. opens up his hip, closes him at the very end, finds that side netting, gets a Rosarina diving the wrong way, and Orange County has found themselves right back into this one.
Goals are presented by Hogue. 2-1. Give me a little bit of this Jaeger chaos.
I thought initially on the penalty kick, Rosarina was pointing to the right side, trying to bait him to going that way, and then ultimately Dunbar was able to send him over to his left, but his initial read, especially where he was pointing, Rosarina had a good read on it, but ultimately decided to dive to his left the way that Dunbar was able to open his hip and then closed it at the last second. Well struck in penalty.
He's saved just 3 of 13 now between pro and international. Rosarina. He did make a penalty save in Gold Cup 2023 on Darwin Lam, and a couple saves with Vegas last year. Colin Griffin from New Mexico and Pittsburgh, respectively. We've gone the 3 minutes, but the penalty makes the timing situation a little bit murky. Nodded down towards Zhao. Wins the foul off Gumar Eyes.
The last 10 minutes or so, this game's getting a little bit chippy. A little bit of time here left in the first half, but see if this carries over into the second.
It's fun watching Zhao a little bit because you see the burst. You can also see him put the ball on a yo-yo a little bit and almost play with the tempo within his game.
Yeah, he understands the game. You can tell that he has a deep understanding of when to turn it on, when to put his foot on the ball, when to pull the ball back. Having veteran players like that can dictate the flow of the game is so important.
I've enjoyed him a lot tonight. Nigro and Pinzon stand over it. Las Vegas got goals from Rory O'Driscoll, an unbelievable goal, although he came off injured in the aftermath. And then Pinzon in the 34th. Ball sent all the way into Shuttler, and that should take us to the break. It does. Halftime in Orange County, and we've gotten our money's worth tonight. Las Vegas, an early 2-goal lead, and Orange County has grabbed a goal from the spot to get it down to a 1-goal margin headed into the locker room.
Las Vegas has really dictated the flow of this first half, getting that 2-0 lead, but you have to give Orange County credit in the way that they were able to respond. They bend, but they didn't break. They were able to find those different opportunities, find those pockets, and ultimately make the most of a mistake from Las Vegas to draw that penalty and get themselves back into this one.
That is a lot of kettle corn. Welcome back. This first half was fire. Jägermeister Cup, Orange County trailing Las Vegas 2-1. For League One fans, this may be somewhat familiar. For those in the championship, fans of OC in Las Vegas, this whole tournament a little bit new. Let's go to Dan Lucas for more on the 2025 Jägermeister Cup.
This year, the Jägermeister Cup will feature all 24 clubs from the USL Championship and all 14 clubs from USL League One. The 38 teams are placed in 6 groups divided by region. 4 groups will have 6 teams, 2 groups will have 7 teams. Each club will play 4 matches in group play, 2 at home and 2 away. At the conclusion of the group phase, the 6 group winners and 2 wildcard teams will enter the knockout stage. To set the quarterfinals, the wildcards are locked into slots as away teams. Group winners are drawn for spots 1 through 6, then drawn to fill the matchups from match 1 all the way to match 4. In this stage, wildcard teams cannot play against the winner from their respective groups. In the semifinals, the 4 remaining teams will be drawn randomly, and the last 2 teams standing will be drawn to determine the host for the Jägermeister Cup final.
So it's halftime here in Irvine, California, and somehow the halftime show, even better than the action we've seen thus far. Lights ahead of Orange County, 2-1. We show you how it happened with first half highlights when we come back. You're watching.
Oh, look at that! And listen to the crowd! The goal coming through! Oh, Sacramento is taking the lead.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a look off it. Take a look for free.
Today we went to the beach and it was totally worth it. Stay 2 nights, get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
3 ice-cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
We are just a week away from the commencement of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. They're celebrating AAPI Heritage Month early here in Irvine, and so a pretty spectacular halftime show. 3 goals in this game. We may see the goal of the month, maybe the goal of the week. How about we show you the best of a week ago?
Was not meaningful, right? Wasn't probing.
Distance! Tulsa on the board with a beauty.
There's a poor giveaway. Vasquez onto it! Zaire Vasquez breaks the deadlock.
So there's the best of a week ago. Take a look at news and notes around the USL Championship and beyond. Lamar Hunt US Open Cup saw 15 USL teams advance to the round of 32. 7 are set to host MLS sides in about a week and a half's time. Loudoun United and Virginia Revolution are merging. It means there is a new youth to pro pathway in the DMC. Well, FC Tulsa has brought in a $1 million value player in Jamie Weber as the Kraft family in Tulsa flexing a little financial muscle. Let's get you caught up on Jägermeister Cup scores around the first match day. Hartford takes care of Portland Hearts of Pine 2-0 in a League One championship matchup. It took penalties, but one Knoxville gets the extra point against FC Tulsa. Loudoun is in the top couple spots in the championship's Eastern Conference. They beat Lexington of the Western Conference 1-0. While Detroit, Charleston, and Indy 11 are all on the right side of the ledger. Elsewhere in Jägermeister Cup tonight, all League One affair. Greenville Triumph go down to South Georgia Tormenta. Louisville City reminds Richmond what it was like in the championship a long time ago. 4-1 victory. Brian Omby among those back in. Sunshine Cup, Rowdies fall to Miami in penalties. As Miami grabs the extra point. Texoma gives El Paso all they can handle, but El Paso gets the extra point in spot kicks. New Mexico and Omaha are going down to the wire on ESPN+, while Sacramento is ahead of AV Alta at halftime in this group. This week on USL All Access, we spoke to Switchbacks captain Matt Mahoney.
The slow start is going to be the fast turnaround for the 2024 title holders. How about Open Cup glory once again for USL Championship teams, the dominating factor and round 3? And last but not least, our final remaining team without a win, Hartford Athletic, finally grabbed 3 points and get themselves into the race in the Eastern Conference.
You don't want to miss it. SiriusXM FC and the USL YouTube page. Cup. It is 2-1 at halftime. Mike, Jeff, let's walk you through the first half highlights. Shall we start in the 14th minute? Wowzers.
Absolutely. Wowzers is the right call on this one. It comes off of a set piece. Orange County does a good job of clearing the initial one, but it's that second ball. And here's O'Driscoll putting his foot through this half volley. Sets himself up perfectly for this finish. Get another look at this. You can't see this goal enough if you are a fan of hitting the ball perfectly into the far post. And then again in the 34th minute, it was Vegas. The ball gets out wide. And then it's Pinzon with this towering header, able to find himself in front of the Orange County back line. Creates that space for himself. Look at him off that back shoulder. Boom. Towering header into that far post. Absolutely nothing the goalkeeper could do about it. And at this point, it looked like Las Vegas was going to be off and running. But you have to give Orange County credit. They did a great job responding off of this mistake here from Howe. He ends up taking down War in the box to force the penalty. And then it's Dunbar who steps up to the spot and makes no mistake about it, sending a Rosarina the wrong way, getting Orange County back into this game, stealing some of that momentum headed into the halftime break and cutting the deficit down to 1 goal. Great finish here from the spot for Dunbar, who's making his return from injury back into the starting 11. You have to feel good for him. Should be an exciting second half as both teams are in a position now where they can really go for it and try to get all points out of this game.
Opening game in Group 1. Who finishes the weekend on top but in the catbird seat? Gerald Flores sends us into the second 45. Mike Watts, Jeff Attinella. This is the beginning of the Jägermeister Cup journey. Both Orange County and Las Vegas Lights from Championship Soccer Stadium in Irvine, CA. 5 teams in this group from California, which is to say, wee bit of rivalry weaved in here. Vialta, new League One side. Spokane, League One side, adds a little intrigue. I think they did a pretty good job getting these groups together, and it's going to be intriguing to see as we go future years how they continue to adjust, not the least of which with the sanctioning process just beginning for a league in the first division in USL. Suddenly we're going to have this fully stratified portfolio of teams involved in this intra-league cup. Kartik puts it back in play. Leal. If you're Las Vegas, what did you like from that first half? Where do you see them trying to push the envelope in the second?
I really thought they played a clean first half. I think defensively, I would sit a little bit more in that block that you're accustomed to, just so you don't give Orange County the opportunity to get back in the game. But I really thought offensively they did a good job controlling the possessions, getting the ball into the wide area, and trying to find dangerous spots into the box. So for me, I would just be a little bit more clean defensively, make sure that you're a little bit more disciplined so you're not allowing Orange County these opportunities. But from the offensive side of the ball, I thought they did a great job of finding those different spaces, connecting with their special players, letting them do what they need to do, finding the ball on top of the box in dangerous spots, and just creating the most of their opportunities.
Budati becoming very friendly with Ben Barjolo. If you're Orange County, you got the goal before halftime. Any other positives you take out of that first half that you can carry forward?
Well, just that you're still in this game. I think that they started the game off really bright. They brought the energy. They did a good job of finding those gaps when Las Vegas was able to step and create those different opportunities in those pockets. So again, for Orange County, the name of this game is just to remain patient. Don't force the ball if you don't need to. Get that ball moving from side to side. When Las Vegas gets into this block and starts defending, try to open them up as much as possible. Have players flashing in, have players flashing out, and that's the way you're going to be able to break down a team like Las Vegas. But just staying patient would be my main thing, and realizing that you're right back into this thing.
No Ethan Zubak tonight. No Tristan Traeger. A valuable player in midfield. Kyle Scott not in the team either. The news that Grayson Duty will miss the remainder of the season after he tore his ACL last week. There was a change at halftime that saw Gumar Eyes come off, replaced by Ryan Dogman. Subs are brought to you by MetaQuip. It's the first change for Orange County. Dumped in, flicked across. Plenty of pressure on the backside of Yunus Budati. And Budati and Barjolo have been tied at the hip much of the night.
As you get another look at it here, bouncing ball comes in. It's just that hard challenge through his back. Easy foul call for the referee. A little bit of head-to-head contact there, but both players seem to be okay. A bright start to this first half for Orange County, though. Same way that they started the game. Try to keep this momentum on their side. Don't let Las Vegas get as comfortable as they were able to get in the first half. Try to keep this game and this momentum up as high as possible, because you know that a team like Las Vegas wants to slow this game down, especially up with this 1-goal lead.
Barjolo just had a very adult conversation with the referee, I think. He is 18, of course, now. Arrived in September of 2023 from the Atlanta Academy. Played the last 3 games of 2024. And has been a pretty consistent feature to start 25. Budati was attended to. There wasn't a card, so Budati is being ushered off the field by the referee. Could see Karam, Kernick, or Garcia tonight. Young Ashton Miles, who's featured quite a bit previously in the first team, could see some time. As Orange County made clear to us when we spoke to Danny Stone, we want to win, make no mistake, but we also view this as a good chance to see a number of players be impactful. We'll see how that plays out as this second half rolls along. All from Hagar. Ooh, Pearson feeling himself. Slips over toward Zhao. Dogman.
It's good defending there from Dogman. Thought Zhao was going to be able to turn the corner on him, try to get the ball down to the line, but did a good job using his body, shielding him from it.
Pearson kept that away from War. Zhao's touch let him down. Coming up by Benalcazar, and here's Santos. That's an unfamiliar name for Orange County fans. There's a reason. He was playing for Colorado Springs on Wednesday. Not a trade, rather a mutual release in Colorado, followed by a signing here for Orange County. Zhao against the world. Alcazar couldn't quite get that away. Out to the halfway line. Looking for the most flexible way to come down to the champ in 2025. 10-ticket flex packs, just what you need. Use these 10 tickets to attend multiple games with a friend, or grab your friends and family. Use them all in one match. The choice, it's yours. It's flexible. Grab yours today, orangecounysoccer.com/flex-packs. Remember the MySpace days where you had like your 4, your 8?
Yeah, and you'd rank your friends.
Yeah, do you have your 10 that you're taking to the game?
Oof.
I don't need you to name them because I'm not trying to hurt feelings.
Well, I was thinking in my head. I mean, similar to MySpace, it all depends on you know, which friend is right for the moment, right? So I had to try to think about the moment in which I wanted to rank my friends for said game.
Like, I would love to take my mom to the game, but she was not on MySpace, you know?
You can't, no, if they're not in the top 10, then you're not going to bring them.
No, can't. That's a foul with Noel going tumbling.
And you would check somebody else's MySpace, and your friendship went lower in there, so then you had to make adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was quite the platform.
And then you've got ska music as your like homepage
your mood
song. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My mood.
Yeah. It was a weird time.
Simpler time.
Yeah. Some would argue a better time. They were messing with your friendships and relationships in a one-on-one fashion as opposed to now. But Alcazar couldn't sneak it away. Here's Noel. Pearson, who looks a foot taller than everyone else on the field. Charging forward and pitchforked into Shuttler. Rolls it out to Hagart. And as easily as he had it, he gave it away. That's good work from Leal. Appeal for a handball. It is inside the penalty area, and it is a spot kick to Las Vegas. Orange County got one right before halftime, and Vegas will go to the exact same spot, try and restore a 2-goal lead.
And if you're Orange County, this entire sequence is going to frustrate you quite a bit. Shuttler gathers the ball, he tries to play it out quick, and then it's that immediate turnover in the middle of the field. You do all that hard work defending just to have the ball turned back over. You go back to that defending mode, and then it's Zhao on the outside, flicks the ball up, hits the defender's hand, and Las Vegas has their opportunity to extend that 2-goal lead again as we get another look at it here. Absolutely a handball. The ball was away from the body. The ball moves, the hand moves so far here that it's easy. It's an easy call here for the referee, no doubt about it. That's for sure a penalty, but it's really the build-up to this play that's so frustrating for Orange County. You do the work to get the goalkeeper the ball, turn it back over. Next thing you know, you're giving up a penalty on a handball.
Well, now it's up to Shuttler to try and keep Orange County in this game. Falling behind by 2 again. Maybe a hill too tall, although plenty of time remaining. It is Johnny Rodriguez. It's Johnny Rodriguez who scores beneath Shuttler's outstretched arm. Johnny Rodriguez puts Las Vegas ahead by 2 again.
Never a bad decision to hit a penalty with pace. And that's exactly what Rodriguez does in this situation. As we get another look at it here, Zhao driving that line, no doubt on the handball. The hand's away from the body. You see the hand move. Easy call there for the referee. And then it's Rodriguez who steps up to the spot. He hits it with power, makes it a little bit predictable for where he's going. Shuttler gets a good read on it, but he hits it with so much pace that it's impossible for the goalkeeper to get down as low as he needs to off of his jump. Credit Rodriguez for putting the pace behind that ball, giving his team that 2-1 or that 3-1 lead, creating that 2-goal cushion. And just like that, Las Vegas is back to having that comfortable spot after Orange County worked so hard to get that goal back.
Sub sees Bryce Jamison into the game. Working this in through Hagart. Service crossed. Kept away from War. Struck. Wide of the mark. And Bryce Jamison almost made the perfect first touch.
Doing a good job here. This is a player who can make an immediate impact for this Orange County team. Used to being in the starting 11, coming off the bench tonight. Look for him again to take players on 1v1, use his speed. Just not able to get that ball underneath the bar in that one. I do like Orange County's immediate response to that goal. Sometimes teams going down 2 goals again after working so hard will hang their heads, but you saw an immediate response there from Orange County, able to create themselves a half-decent opportunity. They're going to need to create a bunch more and better looks than the one they just had if they're going to be able to find themselves back in this game.
Header up from Jamison. Replaces Dunbar. Subs are brought to you by MetaQuip. Think back to the last time these teams played. 1-0 Vegas win in Vegas. Cashman Field. That was the day after Bryce Jamison, it was announced, had been acquired by Colorado Rapids, and then announced that he would finish this season on loan here in Irvine. have a feeling he's going to fit perfectly for Chris Armas. And good on them for keeping him in Orange County, allowing him to continue to get high-level minutes. Rapids, too, are a good next pro team, but can't recreate this experience.
Well, it allows a young player to stay in a comfortable environment, too, which is so important for their development.
Forward from Haggard. Comes high, Dogman. So that's the first sub window, Jamison coming on, because Dogman came on at halftime. Floated up, Rosarena. You know, his brother, of course, a great baseball player. Randy Rosarena. He had that 10 home run 2020 postseason for the Rays. All the while he was playing for the Rowdies. He was a baseball player himself, Ryko. Ended up following in his dad's footsteps later on. His dad also was a professional goalkeeper in Cuba.
Well, as a Tampa Bay Rays fan, I remember that well.
I'm sure you do. Let's get the trop back up and running. Hopefully sooner than later.
That's a loaded conversation.
It sure is.
You ever been to the trop?
I can't say I have, and I suppose that's the problem with the trop.
You haven't lived until you've been to the trop.
Oh, yeah? It's not the big A, but, you know, it'll do. Of course, talking about baseball is kind of a loaded conversation in this game, too, to be fair. Santos got pushed back a little bit here. No particular reason, I'll just say that Johnny Rodriguez played the last 4 years in Oakland with the Roots and scored that penalty in the 56th minute. Sees this back to a 3-1 margin. Dogman circulates back. Here's Latinovic, and here's your point earlier about spraying those center backs. If you can have Shuttler come 40 yards off his line confidently, changes the whole dynamic of your build.
Yeah, it allows you to open up those center backs, which then allows you to push those wingers up, so then you can overload those outside backs from the Las Vegas side of things. It also allows those wingers, your attacking wingers, to pop into those channels so that you have that width provided by those outside backs. And then you kind of have those midfield center spots, overloading the midfield of Las Vegas so you create those different pockets.
Free kick for Las Vegas, and we remind you soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Peeling out Pearson.
Pearson's done a good job since coming into this game. It's never really easy. He had to sub in, not much of a warm-up. You're not expecting to come into the game in the 13th minute.
Back pass cut off by War, and as he lost his footing, tried to chip it inside, didn't play out. Now pressuring into the back of Leal, who had a good calm in that moment. A little poise, a little maturity, comfortability.
Especially with Orange County players just kind of slipping all around him, around his feet.
Rosarena. Couple awkward moments here for Las Vegas. Brewitt, the center back, coming forward to help keep it. On the drive, sent across, but blocked. Chopping it up at the end line, back to Benalcazar. Spinning inside, Hagards! He spun away from Leal. He was by his lonesome, but he pulled it.
He does everything right here on top of the box. Creates a space for himself, realizes that he has the opportunity to put his foot on the ball, do this little spin move, picks his head up, has all day to hit this ball, but ends up pulling it across his body, tries to go with power instead of opening up his hip, that ultimately leads him to pulling it across just a little bit too far to that near post, but the move was right, the opportunity was there, just that final piece of execution was lacking.
Skims through, Zhao leaping up, Latinovic dealt with it, but handed back to Rodriguez. Free kick to Las Vegas in a dangerous, dangerous spot. Wait, is the referee going the other way here?
Yeah, it looked like he gave the universal signal. The universal signal for taking a dive.
Yeah, yellow for simulation to Rodriguez. Wow. Penny for that man's thoughts.
Let's get another look at it here. Yeah, the ball seemed to make its way through. It might have been a little bit of a trail foot here, but I think Rodriguez did a good job of kicking himself in that last little bit of ankle, and that's what the referee saw. Not much of an argument there from Rodriguez either, which makes you think that he knows what he was trying to get away with.
But you know something? If he had argued, I don't know. I guess what I'm getting at is take it and move on.
Yeah, what's the point of arguing?
Yeah, I see both sides of that, because if anything, that's just begging people to argue the point more even when they're in the wrong. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just saying that's sort of how it always seems to land. If I don't argue it, then I'm losing a point for us later, so to speak, with the referee's non-existent scorebook. A little give and go here. This is becoming very, very forward-thinking. That was the center back all the way up in Latinovic. Hey, a reminder to check out all the new arrivals for the 2025 season. This week's new arrivals features the Back to Blue collection, including a royal blue and orange scarf, and fan favorite Sportique Ultra Cozy hoodies and t-shirts. Visit OCSCshop.com. And that slick, gnarly hat. Those sound like two misused adjectives, but that's an adjective and a proper noun.
We need to get Orange County to send you some memorabilia.
That's the plan. Dogman. Dancing inside, the ball across. McKinnon, who's come into the game here for Orange County. McKinnon having come in previously to replace Barjolo when Bryce Jamison came into the game. Benalcazar. Hagart. Santos threaded through. Partida is possessed by Pearson.
That's a great entry ball in there from Santos as well. Partida just not able to get that additional touch to create that space for him. But those are the type of entry balls that you're going to need to do if you're Orange County. Try to find those space in between those two defenders. And on a different night, if Partida is able to take that first touch just a little bit further, then he can get to that line and whip that cross in. But it's good patience there from Orange County with a Las Vegas team that comfortable sitting back a little bit here with this 2-goal cushion. But a great entry ball there from Santos, just not able to make the most of it.
Santos from Hawaii, played his college ball at San Diego State, but has spent much of his career migrating east. Charlotte FC, loaned to the Independents, 2023 at Loudoun, and then making the move to Colorado Springs last year. Sponsilla is waiting to come in at the bottom of your screen. Sean Smart set to come in for Las Vegas in a moment. Maybe the best right back in the league a year ago. Dogman, good move through McKinnon. Dogman had War making the run. but he's a couple steps shy of the target.
That's good build-up play here between Dogman and McKinnon, who just came into this game a little bit earlier. Good 1-2 combination. Dogman making those good runs out wide. It's just that final product. You got to put that ball in with a little bit more pace. A slow roller like that, it's easy for the goalkeeper to come out with. Hard to connect with your forwards that are making those runs. Just put your foot on it just a little bit more. Give yourself a better opportunity. McKinnon's been a bright spot since coming in this game, bringing a lot of energy.
Though some injuries in preseason. Love how physical he can be, dynamic in his movement. This will find Noel. Dynamic in his movement's a good way to describe him as well. Real creative player, Valentin Noel. Flicked on by Pearson. And this will circle out of play. Substitutions coming. We can remind you, if you can't watch the match, turn on SiriusXM FC 157. North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. It's all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the somehow still new SiriusXM app. So here come the changes. Sean Smart is entering for Las Vegas. Will replace Joe Zhao, who, again, I really enjoyed tonight. Subs are brought to you by MetaQuip.
Yeah, I thought Joe Zhao did exactly what we were thinking about when we talked about him in the open. He brought a little bit of more dynamic pace to the game, provided that outlet, and was a threat on the wide areas, not only cutting inside, but also taking those players on 1v1. And to your point earlier, he just does such a good job of dictating the flow of the game and recognizing the moments of when to go, when to put your foot on the ball. Almost like a field general out there for this Las Vegas team. But when you bring on a player like Smart, you're bringing on somebody that's a little bit more defensive-minded, but he's also not afraid to attack and get himself involved in the attack as well.
And then Silla comes on for Haggard in midfield. Herman Trophy finalist and twice a national champ at Clemson, Silla. Yellow card to Pinzon. It's worth noting all goals and all cards are reset for this tournament as opposed to the regular season. There is no caution accumulation across cup matches. Although, of course, if you do get a red card, you're suspended for the next cup match. Unless it's a issue related to the zero tolerance policy for discrimination or violent in nature, in which case the league disciplinary committee gets involved. Partita playing in. Thus far, no reason for panic with the disco. This ball touched out, goal kick. Bless whatever player comes into this tournament and walks out with 4 yellow cards in the group stage with no penalty.
That would be pretty impressive.
I'm saying. Zhao, Pinzon, Rodriguez, Howell. You guys have a chance to do something pretty special.
They're in the running, that's for sure.
They are now.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if that's something that does happen.
No. Well, Ryko.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Welcome to the book, my man.
I think we spoke that one into existence.
Yeah. Although it is worth noting, the IFAB rules, I always have to brush up on it because penalties are so infrequent. If you get to a shootout like we could tonight, should Orange County come from 2 goals down, that yellow card in the run of play is essentially wiped out in the shootout. It wouldn't be a red card for the goalkeeper on the first infraction of leaving the line early.
I did not know that.
Added in the last year or two.
You get a yellow card for jumping off the line early for a save?
You can.
They make life so hard for goalkeepers.
Oh, please. Huh. Ball ahead for Badalcazar. Let's see how tough they can make it on the keeper right now. Not very. Turns out, because Rosarena was in such good position on that effort from Dogman.
It is. That was a good spot there for Rosarena. But again, Orange County, they're doing a good job getting these balls out wide, cutting inside. There's gaps and there's opportunities to hit these shots, but they've either missed a target or been driven right out of Rose Arena.
Well, things getting a little spicy here. If you want to be a part of all that spice, a reminder that the only way to ensure that you're here for all the action, including the spicy action in 2025, it's by joining the season ticket holder family. Exclusive gifts, benefits, and access to the best seats at the Champ. Get yours today, orangecountysoccer.com/season-tickets. All the way down to a Rose Arena here. My man doesn't sweat. Was given away, at least briefly. It came back to Pearson. No harm, no foul. Figuratively, literally. Shuttler. Dogman. Good turn. There goes Silla. Silla chugging into the final third on the dribble. Silla went down in the box. Referee is unperturbed. Still it's on here. Silla goes end line. That's great defending. Slipped right in front, won the free kick. Excellent from Budati.
Well, Silla doing a good job on the initial play of that sequence, recognizing after that turn that he has nothing but space in front of him. But you have to give the Las Vegas defense credit in that situation as well. As Silva's driving, Las Vegas is just dropping, giving the opportunity to get a little bit more pressure back from the midfield line of the Las Vegas defense. But then making Silva make a decision. He opts to keep dribbling, runs out of real estate, not able to get a shot off. But a good job recognizing that space and trying to create a little bit more. Maybe I'd like to see him if he could use that space to slip a ball in, try to find one of those runners, or maybe even pick your head up and have a shot. Just because there's so much space awarded to him, you want to see him at least try to create a little bit more something that's going towards the goal. But it was a good job with that initial recognition, but an even better job of the Las Vegas defense making sure that nothing came out of it.
Valentin Noel comes off. Vaughn Colville comes on. His second appearance of the season. Subs are brought to you by MedEquip. There was the early sub for O'Driscoll that brought Pearson on. Then they brought Smart on, and now Colville. So that's it for them. 3 windows, 3 subs. It's a tad surprising with 13 minutes to play.
Yeah, especially given this tournament, you'd think that save a little bit of fresh legs or maybe make a little bit more multiple subs.
Makes you wonder a bit about maybe the availability of a couple players that weren't available for the last game, just how much they were or weren't in the mix tonight. This ball back, asking a lot of questions. Referee looks in, that's a penalty. We are far from done tonight. Rosarena just slammed the ball away. He's on a yellow card for time wasting. And Orange County is going to line up at the spot for the second time tonight. And don't forget, Las Vegas just used their last sub window, so Rosarena has to be a tad careful.
As we get another look at it here, and again, it's a mistake in the back from this Las Vegas team. And if that call is on a Rosarena, I strongly disagree with this call. He's able to come out, gets his hands to the ball first. He's making a play on the ball. If that foul is on a Rosarena, I believe that that's the wrong call there. But the referee has made the decision, and again, but it comes from a mistake in the back. The first penalty came from a misclearance, foul. This penalty comes from a miscommunication, foul call from the referee. And it's these Las Vegas mistakes that are allowing Orange County the opportunity to keep themselves in this game. We'll see what this penalty leads to, but if the foul call was on a Rosarena, I disagree with the foul call, but the referee made the decision. And now Orange County again has another opportunity to get themselves back in this game off of a Las Vegas miscommunication and mistake in the back.
And now it's up to a Rosarena to make the difference. 5 of 6 in League One, Liam McKinnon. McKinnon to make it a 1-goal game again. Oh, the save, instant redemption. And now again, a Rosarena gets to the post and makes the stop. Agree or disagree, Arozarena to the rescue.
Well, what's the classic saying? The ball does not lie. Arozarena up to the task in this second attempt at the penalty. We'll get another look at this one here. For me, I thought Arozarena does a good job coming to the ball. He gets his hands to the ball. I think it might have been the push from behind, but it doesn't matter. McKinnon opened up his hip, and Arozarena's reading it all day long. That penalty kick was at the perfect height where Arozarena is able to make that dive, make that save, and he's even able to put that rebound in a spot where he's able to keep his eyes on it, and then again make that second save. Credit to Arozarena for bouncing back from a frustrating penalty call and keeping this 2-goal cushion.
In the regular season, you might say 3 valuable points, but as it pertains to trying to make a run in the Jägermeister Cup, 3 gotta have it points. If Las Vegas can go on the road and open up with a victory, what a statement that would be in Group 1. And they are 3-1 ahead with 10 minutes remaining. They gave Orange County a lifeline at the end of the first half, and they may have just squashed hope of a comeback in the second from the spot.
And that's something that Las Vegas, as this season continues to move forward, mistakes at the back like that have been something that have cost them goals. They need to clear up that communication, be a little bit more sure in the back. I know that you have a 2-goal cushion, but at the same time, you can't be gifting teams goals if you want to make runs in tournaments and if you want to be one of the top teams in the league. So it's definitely something that they need to clean up. But again, it's Arozarena doing a good job of bailing himself out, bailing the team out, and keeping this 2-goal cushion with that big-time penalty save.
Free kick to Orange County. Now it's McKinnon who gets hit. Referee trying to drive away any consternation at this point. Orange County trying to up the tempo. It's another foul, and persistent infringement is probably a concern. And about half the players on the field for Las Vegas are on a booking. So something to keep in mind as we dig deeper and deeper here.
Yeah, especially at this stage in the game, Las Vegas players need to be careful. A little bit happening after the play here. You don't want to let it get too chippy. You also don't want to give Orange County the opportunity to get themselves back in with another yellow card.
And you've got Alta coming up at home in this event. You don't want to be without anybody for that. That's one of the rare midweek games, I believe. This ball forward. Header above. It's rippling the net. It fooled the crowd, but it did not fool Arozarena.
Just getting a look at it here. It's a good free kick in. Jamison able to rise himself up, finds himself with space alone in front of that Las Vegas defense. Does just about everything right. The ball just ends up just a little bit over the crossbar. I think Arozarena would have had it covered, but at the same time, it's a dangerous header threatening the goalkeeper from a set piece from way out. Credit Jamison for rising up above that Las Vegas defense.
Arozarena sends it away, but Alcazar the header. Colville, one back by OC, launched along, dealt with by Gartig. Out beyond Budati. Hey, eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball, free to play, so download now. Togman will dig out across. There goes Arozarena. Powering across. There's an injury in the goal mouth. The referee's allowing play to continue for the time being. Ball comes to Benalcazar. Over Silla. Arozarena a little bit shaken up. Ball across, Dogman. And Rosarena could not save it because he didn't have to.
Well, again, I spoke on Rosarena earlier in the game. His ability to come off of his line and create opportunities to cut out crosses. He does a great job covering that far post, getting a fist up into the air, clearing the danger for his team. He took a little bit of a knock, kept him on the ground a little bit, but as play continued, he was able to bounce himself back up. And he's been all over the place tonight for this Las Vegas team, cutting out crosses, saving penalties, making saves. You have to give the goalkeeper credit on a night like tonight.
And whether or not he deserved to face that second penalty, he made it irrelevant, to his immense credit. Rodriguez is readjusting the old lumbar.
What did you think on that penalty?
You know, I'm kind of with you. I'm wondering just how much of a push in the back, and we don't have the best angle necessarily, but he does get the ball, and at some point, if a keeper stretches and gets the ball first, him getting hit in the stomach shouldn't be a penalty on him.
Yeah, oh, here we go again. Game's getting a little bit chippy.
Shuttler trying to get this thing in play. And he and Sean Smart came together. Now Rodriguez is feigning toward impeding the restart, which on a yellow card again is not a great idea. Time's running out to try and get one back here and make a game of it. Partita. Ahead, Dogman. Denied by Gartig. Orange County is not given any ground here. They're going as hard as they can to try and get back into this.
Yeah, no, they've continued to press, and it's been impressive. I thought Las Vegas would play a little bit more defensively, but give Orange County credit. They're applying this pressure, getting opportunities, forcing Las Vegas into these tough defensive situations.
It looks like there's a really cool moment that could be coming. Now Gavin Karam has grabbed a seat on the bench again with a penny on. He could debut tonight for the club. 17 years old from Corona Del Mar High School. All the while, Rosarena came up lame on that set piece defense earlier. Ball driven across. Goal kick. And if Rosarena can't continue, there's no more subs left, and he's grabbing at his groin.
Yeah, this has been an issue for him. A couple times throughout this season, we've seen him go down with this type of injury. Guess we'll really get the deciding factors here, see how he kicks this ball.
Well, you sort of wonder why he is kicking this ball.
Yeah, if it's bothering him in that fashion, might be better to call a center back, but.
Yeah, he did not come away well from that.
Definitely something to monitor.
He's still up for the time being. And if you're Orange County, I imagine put anything on goal.
Yeah, it's that time of the game as well, goalkeeper injury or not. You need to start getting this ball. You need to start being a little bit more direct. Try to create those chaos moments, see what can come of it.
Nicholas Amater, the Swiss goalkeeper who backs Rosarena up, has made a couple starts in the regular season. Unless there were a head injury, wouldn't be allowed into the game because the 3 windows have been used. So Rosarena's gonna have to gut it out. Dogman playing centrally for Benalcazar. It's got to get forward here. 2 minutes plus stoppage remaining. If Orange County were to get level, we'd go to penalties to decide the extra point. Both teams would walk away with at least one. Right now, Las Vegas would zoom to the top of Group 1 in Jägermeister Cup's opening weekend. Slipped ahead, there goes Schottler. Sends it as far as he can. Good initial touch. Keep it here for Vegas. Pearson. Ball got whittled away. Slipped through by McKinnon. Chipped across, looking for a trailing run. Free kick. Lights.
Have to imagine there'll be quite a bit of stoppage time in this game too.
You would think so.
The penalties, the fouls.
Yeah, there is a sub here. And this is a pretty awesome moment. So Kevin Partita comes off. And Gavin Karam makes his debut. Subs are brought to you by MetaQuip. He has been available off the bench 5 times in the league thus far. And the 17-year-old pops in here. Try and help spark something late. Captains the Academy squad. Danny Stone said good chance he could have gotten in this past week had the stars aligned a little bit better. Traditionally a holding midfielder. Capability, Danny Stone told me, to step in and contribute here at the pro level. Awesome moment. Four minutes of stoppage time. It's presented by Zulfagari Law. Karam was available for 5 games in the league. And of course now here in the Jaeger Cup. All the while Las Vegas is taking their time, to the point that now Patrick Leal picks up a yellow. Again, there is no accumulation. You just have to avoid getting the next one. And this will sneak under the scoreboard.
I'm not sure what the strategy was on that one. He had an opportunity to take the ball to the corner, keep possession a little bit, try to run the clock out, but I guess Las Vegas just comfortable trying to defend this one and ride it out.
It's become a rainy night here in Irvine. That's led some fans to the exits. 2.5 minutes remaining. Dogman. Rosarena punches it away. Karam ahead. Silla trying to get through. There's a Rosarena, and may have just protected the lead at this vital moment. That may be enough given the 2-goal margin.
And again, it's just strong goalkeeping. I kind of sound like a broken record here, but it's just strong goalkeeping coming off of his line. Las Vegas is a team that gives up a lot of crosses. Those are where the opportunities are going to come. But when you have a goalkeeper that can come off the line like that, clear those lines, catch the ball, calm everything down, it just allows you to play in this certain style where the center backs aren't having to deal with as much of it. Just such an asset when you have a goalkeeper who can dominate crosses the way that he's been able to.
Free kick, Vegas. They would go top of the table, assuming Sacramento does not add to their margin against AV Alta. They're in stoppage time as well. Up in Sacramento, it's 1-0 there on a Sebastian Herrera first half. Go ahead. Spokane and Oakland meet tomorrow in Washington. Midweek we'll see Vegas and Alta. So Vegas will play their second game in the group stage. Then we go dormant till the end of May. That'll see Monterey Bay hosting Orange County. Vegas will play their third game in Sacramento. In June, Vegas will play their final game of the group stage a month before the rest of the group, and then they'll have to wait. They'll host Spokane, while Orange County will see Sacramento Republic at home June 28th. And then Orange County may have all to play for in Oakland on July 26th, the final match day in Group 1 of the Jägermeister Cup. Orange County just trying to get this back. You never know if goal difference could be the difference at the end. That extra goal that you get in terms of goals scored. Another push, another throw, and Vegas will salt out the remaining seconds. Vegas wins it 3-1. They're going to start atop Group 1 in Jägermeister Cup 2025. 2 wins in the month of April against Orange County, 1 for 3 points in the regular season, and once behind a gutsy performance from Raiko Rosarena to take their Jaeger Cup opener.
Solid goalkeeping and making the most of their opportunities that they had offensively, playing stingy defense. That's the Las Vegas formula, and it was on display tonight. You have to give this Las Vegas team credit. They scored a couple of brilliant goals, and then they were able to respond every time that Orange County started sending that pressure. It was a solid performance from the goalkeeper as well to keep the scoreboard where it was at throughout the course of the night. A good performance from this Las Vegas group, who's bounced back from that loss against FC Tulsa, and they sit on top of the table here in the Jägermeister Cup, and you can see what it means to them as it's all smiles on this Las Vegas sideline.
So we'll take a look at the full-time highlights on the other side of the break, including a stunner from that man, Rory O'Driscoll, as Las Vegas powers past Orange County, grab all 3 points here in Group 1 with a 3-1 victory here in Jaeger Cup. Plenty of highlights coming up after this on ESPN+. Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Mike Watts, Jeff Attinello, let's walk you through what occurred here tonight in this Group 1 lid lifter. Full-time highlights presented by Omega Accounting. Rory O'Driscoll, what a hit.
Well, he started this game off in great fashion, and there was a lot of chaotic moments in this one, a lot of back and forth action, but no goal better than this one from O'Driscoll. Takes it off that half volley, finds it into the side of the net, and here again, we have another great goal here from this Las Vegas team who's very opportunistic with their chances. As you see the towering header here, just rises above the rest of the group as Pinzone finds that far post. Absolutely towering header. This is how you draw it up, ladies and gentlemen. But you have to give Orange County credit at the end of the first half. They're able to take advantage of a Las Vegas mistake in the back. Draw this foul here was War, and then it was Cameron Dunbar, our man of the match, who was able to step up in this moment and bury this penalty kick. sends Rosarina the wrong way, and you have to give him a lot of credit. He's been bouncing back from injury, so this was an important moment for him in this season to able to cut that goal down to 2-1.
The man of the match presented by Takeria Oi, so it's 2-1 going into the second half, and this would prove to be the dagger.
And this was a tough one for Orange County because they were doing such a good job of responding in the second half after they were able to score that goal, but it's that handball, and Rodriguez steps up to the line. Shuttler dives the right way, but there's just too much power on that ball. And this is where things got a little bit hectic as we see another foul call here pointing to the third penalty of the game. But Rosarina was up to the task, and this was a big part of the second half of Rosarina making saves coming off of his line, but no bigger save there from that penalty to keep the score at 3-1. And at that point, it was all up to Las Vegas to ride the result out and see them with a 3-1 lead, getting 3 points in the first game of this Jägermeister Cup. Great save there from the goalkeeper.
Rosarina, really bright moment at the end, and gutting through some injury woes that may leave him in question moving forward to Wednesday night. Here's a look at the full-time stats presented by Hogan. A chance for your final thoughts. Orange County brought it tonight.
They did. They really were applying pressure all night long, but Las Vegas, they took advantage of the opportunities that they had. They were opportunistic in front of goal, and at the end of the day, they did enough defensively. They did enough from the goalkeeping side to keep the game at 3-1, but you have to give Orange County credit. They're dealing with a lot of different injuries. They had young players on the field, but they brought it tonight. It was a good game. It was a good back and forth action. Unfortunately for Orange County, they were on the losing side, but again, you have to give Las Vegas credit.
So Las Vegas goes to the top of Group 1. Again, they'll play on Wednesday night. Las Vegas hosting AV Alta in the next Jägermeister Cup game. All the while, Orange County will be vacant in this tournament until May the 31st when they go to Monterey Bay. Well, if this was your first taste, hopefully Jaeger is for you. For Jeff Antonella and our entire team, Mike Watts saying thanks for watching. Vegas wins it 3-1. Good night from Irvine.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.